Joining me now is Sky News contributor Kosha Gator. Let's start with the Olympics. Australia's female boxing captain, Caitlin Parker, has hit out at the Olympics approval of two boxers who failed gender eligibility tests, calling the decision incredibly dangerous. Two boxers in the female category previously failed gender tests set by the International Boxing Association, who claimed the boxers' chromosome tests came back as XY instead of XX, that's female, XX. Parker joins the growing chorus of female boxers slamming the Olympics decision to allow these two boxers to compete. Gold medalist American boxer Clarissa Shields tweeted, "So they got men fighting against women in the Olympics. I wouldn't have stood for no stuff like that. That is so heartbreaking to the women who have to have their dreams ruined by a man. Sad." And you can figure out the rest there. It certainly is sad. It's outrageous. I want to be talking about this later with a women's rights campaigner who's got some strong thoughts, but just the optics of having a man beating up a woman in a boxing competition and possibly being awarded with a medal for it.
It's absurd on every level. The optics, the reality. We've had some cases. There was a volleyball player in a high school in the US who got seriously injured because a biological male was on the other side spiking the ball. Multiply that by 100 and that's what can happen with boxing. It's really important to demystify the language, as you did there too, because they try to say that, they fail the gender eligibility test. No, they have an XX versus an XY chromosome. That's what this is about. That's very clarifying. And sadly, I think the only thing it's going to take, Rita, for this to change is something really drastic, because drastic times call for drastic measures. Either somebody's going to get really injured, which I hate to say, or it has to be really high profile, high visible protests beyond the tweets and the statements, which are great, good for them, Parker and then the American, but imagine if all the boxers or all the female athletes just completely boycotted the Olympics because of this, that would get the world's attention.
You know what, at the end of the day, I think that is going to be the only way it stops. If the women say in unison, not just one or two of them taking one for the team, in unison say, no, we're not doing this. We're not getting in a ring with a bloke. That's not fair. That's why we've got men and female categories for a reason.